Hey, Pico here with Jeremy, the General Manager for Wargaming America, and we're talking about the World of Warplanes beta that people can now get into.
Yes, we are. So, big E3 for us, very excited. We're finally able to talk in great detail about our next game, which is a huge evolutionary piece for us. So most people are familiar with tanks and our success there, how fast we've grown, how wide we've grown, and now we're finally able to talk about World of Warplanes. So taking that PvP-centric, combat-oriented style to the sky. A lot faster pace, lots of action.
Now, I've been playing the beta, or actually I was in the alpha a little bit, and you guys have just opened beta, and it's been really exciting, and I wanted to talk about it. But have you made any changes since opening it up to the public?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So here, closed beta started back on the 31st, and with that, we're able to, now we've got almost 60 planes. So back when you were playing it before, there were a lot fewer planes. And the tech trees were definitely not anywhere as developed as they are now. So we've got close to 60 planes. We've got light fighters, we've got heavy fighters, we've got ground assault, and then we have a new component that we're introducing into our games, which is subclasses. So in closed beta now, we're going to have the American subclass, which is carrier fighters.
Now, you mentioned that you lowered the sky. Now, why would you do something like that?
So yeah, we lowered the sky for a very specific reason. One, those who are familiar with World of Tanks know that we build beautiful maps, and the maps in World of Warplanes are huge and they're gorgeous, and we wanted to make sure that one, that you got to see this beautiful landscape, this beautiful sky, and things of that nature, but also for gameplay reasons we lowered the sky to make the terrain, the ground, much more of a strategic factor in the fighting process. So we've lowered it a bit. We've also introduced some PvE components, so there's strategic locations on the ground that we're going to allow players to get involved with. Some of that's going to be anti-aircraft guns, some of that's going to be strategic locations like bunkers or a headquarters or an oil depot, or on the water there might be some transport boats or maybe even a battleship and things like that. So we've lowered it for strategic purposes, so those who are adept at flying can actually use the terrain to outmaneuver people or maybe even crash people into the terrain.
Now, I had asked you before today if you're going to be merging the game, so tanks, the planes, and then now we have battleships coming up next year.
Yep.
And it's now official, you are going to have a map for everything. Can you just go a little bit into this, tell us all you know?
Yeah, and I apologize that we couldn't talk about it last time we met, because it's a really exciting thing for us to be able to talk about. So one of the let's say the bigger, broader concept is that we're talking about unification. So we're unifying all of the games and all of our services under one umbrella. So Wargaming.net service is going to be where we combine single login. There's going to be shared resources. So the XP, the gold, and the credits that you earn in any one of the three games, you'll be able to use some of that in one of the other games. So let's say you play tanks one day and you're like, yeah, that was fantastic, I feel like faster pace, I'm going to jump in planes today. The credits and experience you earned, you can use that in planes the next day. So that, again, is part of the unification. The portal, bringing all the community together, that's another big piece. And then, of course, the question you asked is merging the world. So if you look at the global domination map, right now it's just all land-based. It's all tank. So the clans out there that are competing for these spaces, competing strategically, it's all tank focused. But as we evolve and planes gets closer to release and we talk more about World of Battleships, then we're looking at, okay, how do we introduce these other fighting components, strategic components into the global domination map.
So if people want to find out more information, they can just go to wargaming.net, and
they can go to wargaming.net, or they can go to worldoftanks.com or worldofwarplanes.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.